Use me, O Jah, for the comfort of the people. Use me, O Jah, from now until 10 o'clock, so I can be the servant of the people, making sure that we get them up, get them dressed, fed and out to work or school or play. And I'm not the only one doing it this morning. I've got company. Good morning.
Well, go on, Bridge Nation. You know your boy Shelz there. We're live.
Morning. DJ Odd in the
All right, Jordan.
Morning.
Hi, Jordan.
Yeah. Sound like her.
It's not true.
On point.
Yeah, man. Bright red blouse today, looking good, Jody. Good morning to you. Morning. Reminding you that it's time for
WTF. What the fact? Now, here I go on, Bridge Nation. The Philippines consists of 7,641 islands. Yeah, mama, they do the math. So here I go, located in the Pacific Ocean near the equator. The Republic of the Philippines consists of around 7,640 islands, about 2,000 of which are inhabited, that form an archipelago, which is an area that contains a chain or group of islands scattered in lakes, rivers, of course, the ocean. The country can be divided into three main areas: Luzon, which is the largest northernmost island, which includes Manila, a group of islands called the Visayas, including the major islands Panay, Negros, Cebu, Bohol, Leyte, Samar, and Masbate. And of course, Mindanao, which is the second largest island in the Philippines, found at the southern end of the archipelago. Beautiful place. I never knew this.
over 7,000.
I thought it was just one place.
My goodness.
I like one massive landmass. I didn't know.
I'm wondering if it's like some, like tree leaves or something gathered up and they're counting those or some debris. 7,000 plus?
Yeah.
Yes.
One president?
Yeah.
That's an interesting name. I was looking it up a while ago. The president, his name is Bong Bong. That's his first name.
Yeah.
Bong Bong. Marcos.
We could have that. Philippines in a every day. We're going to make fun of.
So
they got Bong Bong.
What were you saying when the former UN Secretary General Boutros Ghali was the Secretary General?
Is that a name for it?
Yeah, man. That's a name.
Him say name twice? So nice, gotta say it twice.
Just like
Big up
Bong
yourself.
Bong. Yeah, man.
All right.
Them will work with it. All right. That was
WTF. What the fact?
Yeah, get them all.
All right, Bridge Nation, let me tell you something about Shelz. I love Jamaican content. I love local content. So there's a nice little mini movie out there right now. But me here, I'm talking about Sham Bounty Killer, Dexter Daps, as they premiered their new mini movie called Slow Motion. Now here we're going after shortly releasing the official audio for their new single Slow Motion. Sham Killer and Dexter Daps have premiered a follow-up mini movie and music video on Cinco de Mayo. Yes, last Friday. Now, Slow Motion, the movie, stars Baby Sham, Bounty Killer, Dexter Daps, and Jada Kingdom as the sexy video vixen. And it was directed by film director Dennis Brown and videographer Shane Creative. Now, the 15-minute movie served as a prelude to the music video for the Tony Kelly Madhouse Records and the Dub Shot produced track. Now, a little info on the movie itself. It's a docu-style film which was shot in Kingston, Jamaica, and it begins with the narration of Baby Sham and sporadic voiceover of popular TV host Winford Williams. And of course, several of Madhouse Records' past hits serve as background music for the film, including Sham's Galang Ya Girl, Wayne Wonder's Bashment Party, and Keep Them Coming. Dancehall is a lifestyle, culture, a way of living, Sham states in the intro. Dancehall is the vibe, that place where all the females turn up hot. Rude boys often turn up because the females are there. It's a good look as he takes listeners down memory lane. The visuals capture street views of the city along the old party scenes from 4 decades ago at House of Leo in 1976 and JoJo's Place, Raytown in 1978. It's a good look. Richie, I really like this. I haven't seen it yet though, but I've been hearing mixed reviews.
I've seen snippets of it, and I really like the track, and I like the the collaborative spirit, not just amongst the artists who are on vocals, but also the fact that they used another very popular artist, Jada.
I was surprised when I saw those clips.
To actually star in the video. Yeah. That in itself is a coup.
Yeah.
And it goes to show that they're thinking outside of the box.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a song that will do well. Will generate people, maybe man and woman dancing together and so on. So in slow motion, obviously. So I think it's going to do well. That is my prediction.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right. TOK is back. They have in fact buried the hatchet, it seems, and they have reformed, and now they're making it very clear through an announcement that their song Chichi Man,
Jaja,
arguably their most popular song, and for many a dancehall anthem, it will be expunged from their performances moving forward. The term Chichi Man in Jamaican patois is a derogatory slang used to describe gay or effeminate men. TOK's song, first released in the year 2000, has long been unavailable on streaming platforms, but unofficial uploads remain on YouTube. Patrons who showed up at the Reggae Beach party event recently at the popular Artiste Beach in St. Michael, Barbados, got a first-hand look at an extended TOK set that did not include the crowd favorite Chichi Man. Despite being egged on by the crowd as well as by event hosts, Infamous, The Voice, and Jordan English to perform the song, TOK stuck to its guns, choosing instead to keep the party rocking with other hits of theirs like Shake Your Bam Bam and songs like Footprints, Money to Burn, She's a Hot Gal, and Gal You a Lead, among others. Explaining the group's decision to no longer perform the song, Rashawn Basie Clark told news reporters recently, basically Chichi Man is like a gift and a curse. It's a great record that means so much to so many people from just the love of the music, but for some people it's offensive as well. And because we feel like the music should really unite people, we've made a decision not to perform the song because we don't want to offend any of our fans. Well, you'd have to say that he sounds politically correct in that statement, but even that statement itself is going to make some people feel offended at the stance that they have taken. But suffice it to say, the world has gone through a lot of changes since 2000 to now. And they basically are taking a decision in the interest of their own survival. It seems, as a group, and it might even impact their bookings.
No, well, I mean, this is what I will say. I find very respectful is the fact that despite being, because I understand if they go overseas, Richie, and decide to shift up the catalog and not perform it, I get that. But to see them all firm and say, oh, here on this local soil and say, hey, listen, man, now do it in front of local fans. Say, oh, do it.
This is in Barbados.
In
Barbados.
Oh, it's Barbados.
Yeah, that's where that happened.
In the region.
But in the region, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then to see that they still held firm and say, oh, listen.
Even when they're being egged on.
Not doing it. That's interesting. And I hope they can stick to it. And I know they will. Because, them just forward, so them just come back together. They don't want, cause no controversy right now. So, do the thing, TOK.
Yeah. Like I said, the statement is by Basie Clark is politically correct, and I guess more people would be offended by them performing it than by them not performing it.
I agree. And yeah, we're looking forward to some new hits too. Give you guys a chance to create some new hits.
Absolutely. So. All right, just flip it and see if you can find something that works.
Yeah, you guys are creative. Yeah.
So Irama had their 40th staging, the International Reggae and World Music Awards. That was on this past weekend here at the Pegasus, and numerous awards were given out. And one of the highlights, from what we are gleaning so far, is the burying of the hatchet between D'Angel and Spice. Not only did they start following each other and that happened on camera. They also, the Angel introduced Spice, and they sang their big collaboration. Gotta deal with everything. Yeah,
big tune.
Yeah, so that is another good look for our music and the artist, the Angel and Spice. We're not here declaring that they have now become big friends again per se, but they have decided to bury the hatchet.
I ain't not gonna lie, that was kind of uncomfortable to watch when they're on the red carpet. I guess because I would know the history, but I'm just like saying, see now them follow each other in front of everybody. It's just like, okay, guys, I'm gonna do this off camera still, but it's good to see you guys together because that's what I'm promoting. I love the unity amongst females in the dancehall. You guys need it. So, and seeing these two together, let's hope we can encourage the younger ones to do the same.
Absolutely. A number of awards were given out. We don't have the full list of winners, but we like to say congratulations to everyone who won at the IRAMA's 40th anniversary award. Saw Copeland Forbes handing out his book to he made a presentation to Minister Babsy Grange and also to Dr. Ephraim Martin, the chairman of IRAMA. And we say big ups to Copeland for that. Bounty Killer was one of the awardees, and he had a short statement at the microphone. This is what Bounty Killer said when he got his Lifetime Achievement Award.
It's not easy to keep these things going. Even in the pandemic, these people make sure they recognize who to be reckoned. So listen, Jamaica, let's support us. Everybody excited about the Grammy and the Amy and the Nami, but listen, IRAMA, he said no drama. 40 years, no.
Bounty has gotta be Bounty. IRAMA. Yeah. Congratulations. And to all the other winners as well. 6:41 is the time. That means it's 19 minutes before the hour of 7 o'clock, and that was Update. And it's Top of the Bridge Up and Go right now. It's time for us to get into a series of features back to back, starting off with the proverb of the day. Here it is.
No make your left and know where you're right and I do.
Short and sweet. Say what?
No make your left and know where you're right and I do.
Okay then. All right. No make your left and know where you're right and I do. So
that's problematic.
It can be. But for the most part, it's something that we maybe need to develop. Especially when you look at the meaning of this proverb. Because the official meaning is keep your own counsel. Not everything you know needs to be told, even to those that you might consider closest to you. So here's what we're talking about.
Yeah, man. No, me there I look for my left and right and literally, but I see what I'm going.
Literal, not literal.
True, man.
Yeah, keep your own counsel.
Yeah,
and don't go leaking out all the information, and then it comes back to haunt you.
Yeah.
That's the proverb of the day, ladies and gentlemen. Bridge Nation. Of course, we move now into the pet peeve of the morning, and you know what pet peeves are. These are things that others do that you might find upsetting, annoying, or irritating. And Shelz has got a pet peeve for us this morning.
Well, actually, Richie, it was sent to us from Mel, active Bridge Nation member.
Morning, Mel.
And Mel is saying that her pet peeve are men. She's on people like how this start already. All right, are men who think they have a right to police women's bodies.
Police?
Yeah, man. And is relentless in giving their opinions publicly.
Police do arrests, right? I
know what she's saying. I'm trying
to figure out what you're saying, Mel.
Yeah, like there's basically so when men are trying to give rules and regulations to women's bodies, say, this is how you have to wear, this is how you have to look in accordance to what I believe as a man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So yeah, like police thing, you have to go in, you have to, not for wear this, not for wear that. Yeah, yeah. I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can see it.
It's not like she's some men would maybe say, if you wear that, I'll arrest you. It's not a kind of vibe, right?
But some women kind of like that energy there. Depends on, Jojo, you know what I mean? But I really like handcuffs.
Yeah, so she don't want men who are dictating to her
how she should live her life and deal. Yeah.
Or maybe come at her because of how she's dressed too. Maybe she'd have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Oh boy! All right, so Mel, that is a pet peeve that we've highlighted.
Is it really,
are the ladies out there who are in agreement with Mel?
I'm not a lady. I agree with Mel. So it not even look good more while because some men just take it a little too far. Like you're the woman father thing. Yeah, especially even some men out there do have no connection to the women either, Richie, and they're going like, them thing don't look good.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man.
Them not think they mind their own business. Mind your own business, son. All right, ladies. Sorry if that is what your experience, and gentlemen, if you're doing that, stop it.
Yeah.
All right, that was the pet peeve of the morning. And over the weekend, unfortunately, the Jamaica Constabulary Force lost yet another officer to gun attack. Over the years, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF officers, have been facing increased attacks on and off duty. Statistics have shown that the number of incidents that has been on a steady rise since 2022. These incidents have been on a steady rise, with some resulting in fatalities. These attacks range from shootings, stabbings, and I see quite a bit of physical assaults. Remember, we're talking about a female police officer who was boxed by someone that they were trying to arrest recently. Well, this morning we're joined by, or quite often repeat guests, Corporal Rohan James in his capacity as the chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation. He's our guest. Good morning, Corporal James.
Good morning to you, Richie B, and to Shelz, and to your listeners, and to my hardworking colleagues.
Welcome. Nice having you. We were saying on air earlier, Corporal James, that we haven't heard from you since the settlement of the wage negotiations. I don't mean to say that we should have necessarily heard from you. I'm just saying it.
Indeed, Richie. We have inked a deal with the government, and even though we have inked a deal, there are still work being done behind the scene.
Okay. All right, no worries. I'm glad that you got to this point, though, and so things are much, you'd say, a little bit better now than they were before, eh?
Indeed.
All right. Before we go to the meat of our discussion, though, no doubt it would have not have escaped your notice that you lost two senior crime fighters in a few days apart. First, we heard that Donald Pusey had passed, and then I think yesterday news emerged that another serious crime fighter, Delroy Hewitt, actually passed. What are your thoughts and words this morning in relation to those passings?
Fortunately, those two persons were my commanding officers at some stage, and I just want to take the time out to express condolences to the family on the passing. It has dealt Jamaica a significant blow because even though they have retired, we could always rely on them for experience and guidance and some critical direction.
Yes. And so for that, we express our deepest condolences to their families and all those who grieve. Corporal James, to the meat of the matter, what is your reaction to the recent increase in attacks on members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force?
It goes to the heart of it, Richie, lawlessness and persons who believe that they can attack the institution of governance. And it's a simple matter that we have to now look very seriously at and inundate communities where as police officers are attacked and leave no stone unturned to bring those perpetrators to justice.
No, Corporal James, I have to ask you, sir, are there any steps in place from the Jamaica Police Federation as it relates to, addressing this issue?
We continue to implore upon our membership to exercise due diligence as to the environs that they are in, and at all material times to take preemptive strike where necessary in protection of their lives. And we have gone above and beyond to even engage stakeholders to include the Firearm Licensing Authority, of which we have a very good rapport, and have some candid discussion. And I'm sure that will bear fruit, because since it is that not everything you want to lay out there in the public domain sufficing to say that we have made significant strides.
All right. Do you have like statistics that indicate the areas that you'd say officers are more prone to attacks, and how are you addressing that?
These attacks are mainly perpetrated. If you look at the empiricals, it happens in the corporate area and St. Catherine, as well as oftentimes in Westmoreland and St. James. And as recent as yesterday in over in Portland. So where 2 females were attacked. And we just want to implore upon our members that they are properly trained and they know at what stage to utilize the necessary force deemed to be appropriate by law in defense of themselves and protecting the public.
Talking about the public, though, what's the word to the public? I mean, I've seen several videos. The recent one that we saw where a man literally, there were 2 officers were trying to arrest him, and the female officer, he boxed her. Her hat fell off her head to the ground. And very often we also see where crowds of individuals gather around, and some of them are very close to the police officers who have their gun at their side, for instance, and they are, it would seem, impeding the ability of the police to effectively carry out an arrest. What's your word to the public this morning in relation to those 2 matters?
Richie, I will start by saying this. Wherever the public believe that they can obstruct the police in the lawful execution of their duties, they will be held accountable. Those videos that are circulating, we will endeavor to use them to the greater good and the benefit of the court and to pursue them irrespective of where they are. We are not going to allow lawlessness to continue unabated in this country. It is that reason why I press so hard to implore upon the government to treat with the welfare and the well-being of the membership. Now that we have gotten that side of the distraction out of the way, we are to be more forceful in the execution of our duties to ensure that Jamaica become the place of choice to live, do business, raise family. We cannot continue to nebulize our effort in terms of making this great nation achieving its objective, especially when we know that our forefathers have given us a roadmap in the motto, the anthem, and the pledge. There is absolutely no other Caribbean country that has the amount of talent, resources that Jamaica produces. And we cannot allow ourselves to be impoverished because of some self-centered, lawless, ruthless culprits in this country.
Yeah. All right. You took me right where I wanted to go in closing, and that is to ask whether or not you think your employers are doing enough, or if you'd like to see more done to allow the police to do their job more effectively. Any specifics that you'd like to share?
I am sure, Richie, with the fact that I'm pressing home the advantage and I'm getting that listening ear, and their stakeholders' relations are key to all of what we require to achieve the objective, that we will endeavor to achieve those objectives by getting our employer, the government, to pump some more resources in a timely manner. And I'm happy to say that we are now getting a new permanent secretary in the Ministry of National Security. That too, I believe, will enable us to fast-track many things that were being delayed.
Okay. Well, all the best.
Sufficing to say, though, Richie, permit me to express condolences to the families of Constable Evans and District Constable Jarrett. They were 2 key foot soldiers, young, rising and budding law enforcers, and it is unfortunate that they met their demise in the fashion that it did. But we are saying to the community in the Maxfield Park area that we will not leave them from under the microscope. And it is best for them to share the information that they have in relation to the perpetrators that caused the demise of Constable Jarrett, because I myself will be out there and I'm not going to be backing down.
Corporal James, I thank you, and we express our condolences to those families as well. Thanks for talking to us.
You're most welcome, Richard.
Have a good day. 12 minutes now past the hour of 7 o'clock. That was a chat with, of course, the chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation, Corporal Rohan James.
Good morning, team. Good
morning, Robo. Morning.
Robo. Yes, sir. I didn't do my homework. No, I don't have the information, but you are right. It is around the end of the year. I'm really fest. I think it's actually November.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think I know November.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to confirm that momentarily. So how you doing, bro?
I'm all good, my brother. Having ourselves another fantastic weekend. The streets. I had to pass. I was just on my way out from a show last night. Styler G did his headline show at the Jazz Cafe. Big show, big up Styler G. Well done to that. And I thought I'd see if I can catch the street party. You know we like a street party for our king. And I went through Harlesden, Richie.
Yes.
Man, they absolutely trashed it. Well, I mean, in a nice sort of way. So it looks as if the community had a ball in the day. I looked at the amount of rubbish and bottles and Heineken and Guinness and all these liquors and foods and what have you. It looked like it had a great time. I thought it would still be going on, but it finished before I got there. But well, all the people that enjoyed themselves, remember, next time you keep a party, and it might not be for a long time the king's getting a coronation, pick up your rubbish and take it with you. It was a mess. But I'm pretty sure there were plenty street parties everywhere, and more planned for today. Although we've had rainy weather, I don't know how it's going to look for people reveling in the streets, but definitely a lot of people took advantage of the free pass. You know, you get a free hit. That was a free hit. It was a free hit weekend in London and Birmingham.
So it's really not that persons were gathering to celebrate the coronation, obviously. Persons were just happy for the holidays, pretty much, and were out having fun. Wow.
Of course, but I didn't say that. And I've watched over the weekend. I did some more TV watching, Richie. A lot of people who went out and thought, you know, actually, I am going down to the coronation, and I'm going to make my voice be heard. Not my king. 52 of them was put in the back of a police car.
Wow.
Off you get. And they weren't not even questioned like, what, you know, they just, we just actually, I don't like the look of your face and your flags. And they put 52 away in a police car, took it away, and that caused a big kerfuffle on the weekend.
Because
a lot of those were claiming,
many people were demonstrating.
Yeah, it's a freedom of speech. We didn't do anything. We didn't say anything. We didn't stick our hands to the road. We didn't jump out in front of the 2.5 million pound golden carriages. We just protested with a placard, and they were arrested. So it sounds like not a lot of people, but if you just lift 50 people off the street for a placard, that's serious going for the police to really prove why. They just said, well, intelligence told us. You know, intelligence told you what? It just took them off the street. And on top of that, they decided to play the national anthem, which is never really played at football matches and all the Premier League football matches. Yeah. And every stadium was roundly booed.
Wow.
None more so than Anfield. And the TV cameras actually left the sound on. So, you know, you can actually hear it. I think you have to, because the national anthem is playing, so they wanted it to come through the TV, but all you heard was boo, boo.
Wow.
Be a call. It was crazy. It was so I don't know. It's a lot to take in on one weekend, but yeah, the party was nice. That's what I would say. Party shot, me no.
Sounds like you is it that you just didn't pay any attention to the coronation itself?
No.
None whatsoever.
No.
I understand the crown. I understand the crown that the king wore. That it actually is quite heavy. Yeah, they say it weighs about 5 pounds.
I think it weighs a lot more than that, Richie.
Really?
Why I say I think it weighs a lot more.
Oh, in terms of the...
Where we're talking about in terms of all the fandangles that he has on him, the orb, the rings, the crown,
those gowns and all that.
And now in perfect vision, not like it wasn't hidden before, where those jewels, those crown jewels, where they came from that decorate the whole ensemble, what he wears is now being pointed out, and a lot more questions are about, they don't actually belong to you, do they?
Yeah. I see some of that emerging. They say 22 karat gold actually adorns the crown, and it wears, they say, nearly 5 pounds.
Yeah, and I suppose before this coronation, the last time people were remotely interested in where certain artifacts and where stones and precious jewelry came from, it wasn't really much of a conversation because it was the Queen, isn't it? It's the Queen, though. It's the Queen. But now you have so much people more vocal about not wanting this ceremony to go. 33% of the public didn't want it to go ahead.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, it's at a cost of 132. Now they're saying it's actually more than 132 because they're saying you forget the little something them in the envelope. so it's gone up from 132. So we could possibly be talking about £250,000. And somebody gave away something. Somebody went to visit one of the royal houses, Windsor, one of the royal houses where Prince Charles lived, and they said when you go, and they said it on TV, and it was a slip, but they said when you go to visit King Charles, you arrive in your own vehicle, then they take your vehicle away, and they wash your vehicle and replenish it with fuel.
Really?
And the person that went there was a millionaire anyway. So they're thinking,
didn't need that.
You go to visit the king, and one of your things that you get obviously fed and watered, and they wash your vehicle. Probably one of those Range Rovers what you drive, Richie. Them high-end ones, and they put in free gas in your car and send you on your way. Can you imagine how much of that goes on?
I'm sure he didn't have to spend on Harry's trip to the UK.
Oh yes, he had to.
You think so?
Yeah.
You don't think Harry paid his own way and just slip back out very quickly? No?
No. It's all part of the program.
Oh, I see.
No, it's all paid for.
But he didn't go on the balcony, though, which is what people are talking about this morning, it seems.
I don't even think
somebody sent me a note saying that, remember, Harry's not a working royal, so he would not be invited on the balcony. But a lot of people seem to have wanted him to be there.
Yeah. I can understand they're trying to soften it up, but I think the damage has been done already. I think they opened a whole new can of worms, and you know that saying about the higher the monkey climb.
Yeah, I also hear the saying, "Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown." It's 8 o'clock right now. I think it's time for us to split the next 15 or so minutes, Robo, half and half maybe, and run some tunes. How about that?
Yeah, I don't mind. Or you fancy starting? You're feeling very kingly this morning.
And we have been telling you that we'll be having a very special guest. She's actually in the building and will be talking to us momentarily. Her name is Alysha Warren. And this is a beautiful lady who has enjoyed international success as a pop artist. And if you recall songs like Touch Me, at the time when she was signed to the Warner Brothers label, then you know exactly who we're talking about. But did you all know that she made, at the height of her career as a pop artist, that she actually decided to leave that world behind and to follow in the footsteps of the Almighty? And so she moved away from pop into gospel and is now busy trying to change lives in a positive way through her music. We're very pleased to have her with us this morning, and we say hello and welcome, Alysha.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
You,
God bless you too.
Thank
How
you
are
for
you?
having me. I'm good. Very hot. Not used to this heat.
Yeah.
It's been a couple of years since I've been here.
Okay.
19 years since I've been
19?
here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
When I came here as a teenager girl, a little girl.
Yes. And now you're back at the time when we are experiencing tremendous heat.
Yes.
Let me tell you, all of us are feeling it.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being this hot.
We have not even gotten acclimatized to it, in all honesty. And we live here, so I can imagine you.
Wow.
Yes, but try to make the most of your time here. Are you here for recordings?
Yes,
working?
I'm recording,
Yes.
I'm working, I'm promoting, I'm doing so much, in terms of, spreading the gospel, getting my material done and promotion. I'm just doing everything while I'm here before I go back in at the end of the month.
Back would be to the United States?
To London.
To London.
England.
Okay, very well. Any possibilities of collaborating with Jamaican artists, gospel artists maybe?
Yes.
Yes? Sounds like
Kevin.
she was. Oh, Kevin!
Yeah.
You're doing some work with Mr. Downswell?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
How far gone is that project?
Not yet. It's just coming together because I just met him last week.
Oh, yes?
Yeah. So
you already have the concept and everything that you
Yes,
want?
and Colleen Davis as well. I spoke to her.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
she was, but we haven't actually sealed anything yet. But
working towards that goal.
We're working towards that goal because, my parents are from here.
Okay.
And my grandparents raised me, and in the roots of gospel, that's all I remember growing up in the church and singing these old songs, like I Got My Mind Made Up, Goodbye World, those kind of songs, How Great Is Our God.
Oh, yeah.
I sang that last night at the police when they had the prayer.
Okay.
The 7 prayer points and all the churches came together in Portmore. It was massive.
Shelz, you weren't there?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my place. I had no idea.
Bishop
Wow.
John Francis.
Oh.
Yeah, it was massive. You can hear my voice is gone.
You still have a nice speaking voice. We won't ask you to sing this morning. Yes, but Shelz, we're all intrigued at the fact that Alysha, at the height of her career, having all the success that some artists dream of as a pop artist in the UK, you decided that you're going to put that behind you and follow the precepts of the Almighty into the church and through gospel music.
Well, I was just about to sign a major, go higher, because an established group called the Brand New Heavies. I don't know if you remember them.
Yes, I know that.
And India, the lead singer, she was leaving, and they knew I was on the circuit. They knew that I was a solo artist at the time. They said, "No, we want Alysha Warren to take over from India." So we had the contracts, everything. My first part of the contract was like 2 million. I mean, they were a triple platinum selling group, as you know.
Big,
Yeah, they're massive.
Brand New Heavy is big.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I went to Israel. And in the middle of the contract being with my lawyers and that with Sheridan's, and when I came back, when I was in Israel, my life changed. So I just went towards more to the gospel. Yeah, because of the feeling and the.
So
power.
even that $2 million didn't entice you at that stage.
You know what?
Why didn't you call me?
Well, I was making a lot of money at that time because I was signed to Polydor and Warner Brothers at the time.
Yes.
Publishing and record deal. And so I had a lot of money then, but it would have just taken me to another level. But the encounter that I had in Israel, I realized that what my grandparents taught me was real,
Praise the Lord.
True.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
And that was going to be my next question, because it's a journey, and
Yes.
I'm sure that transition could not have been easy.
No.
And so I was just curious, how much did you pull from the memories of your grandparents and time here in Jamaica, from especially the church aspect?
You see, in London,
Yeah.
because when our grandparents came in the Windrush, as you know, in the 50s, the racism was so bad. So it made the Jamaicans stick so close together, and that you didn't have to be a relative to help another relative get a house. Everyone was helping each other buy a house, because no one would rent to the Jamaicans, even though the Queen, the government wanted them to build up. From the World War World War II, I think it was, they wanted the Jamaicans to come over and build back the country,
Right.
but they wouldn't house them. What? Nobody didn't want to rent to them. My grandmother told me when she went to England, she went to the job centre in Kingston. They gave her a ticket to come here on the plane.
Right.
And she was sleeping in a bathroom.
OMG.
In the bath. So it was very hard. So they bought a house. Quick.
Okay.
For a partner. And they all came together, the churches, and this is where New Testament was birthed and prophecy. They all came together and helped one another because the racism was so bad.
That's a very interesting piece of history that you just shared with us.
Yeah.
And no wonder your musical themes, to the best of our knowledge, embraces things like perseverance and faith and even hope for that matter.
Yes.
A lot of this basically drawn from your own life experiences.
Yes, definitely. The song that I wrote called Change.
Yes.
That's like that song was birthed when I was in a lot of pain and just trying to make it the right decision because serving the Lord is not easy, as you know. So it's not easy. So these things. But you know what? It's worth it. Because when you look at what he went through for us, it makes you continue. And you understand that, you know what, I like nice things and I like, to have a nice car and all these things. But you realize that these things can destroy you too. So if you love it too much,
just as bad.
You must have some kind of balance.
Absolutely.
And know where your source is coming from. And I think I really, applaud my grandparents. I love them. I love my parents too. But what they gave to me is more than money. And the wisdom of the word.
They poured that into you.
Yes.
And you have not forgotten it at all. For persons listening now, by the way, Alysha is spelled Alysha.
Yes.
Are you on social media? You're big on that?
Yes, Psalmist Alysha Warren. Yeah, that's
that would
the
be
name.
Miss
Psalmist Alysha Warren. That's
Psalmist.
Psalmist. Okay.
Alysha Warren,
PSA.
A-A.
Yes.
A-L-I-M-I-S-T.
Right,
Yes.
right. Psalmist Alysha Warren. Really, really great meeting you. I look forward to, I'm going to play your song Change right now.
Yes.
And we look forward to getting the collabos as soon as they're done.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited.
Please promise us that we'll get a chance to premiere them here.
Definitely.
And I wish you well going forward.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Please introduce your song Change to the Bridge Nation right now.
Yeah, this is my new debut called Change, produced by Stuart Green. And it's out now on every digital platform. So check me out on YouTube, wherever you want to check me out. I'm there. Visible.
DJ Roy has joined us now for the Global Connection. Bridge 99 FM out of Jamaica, teaming up with our big sister station and brother station, if you will, Irish Jam Radio out of the tri-state area. Good morning, DJ Roy, and good morning, tri-state family. Sweet sound of reggae music. Hey. Makes everybody feel like we want a DJ or something like that. We want to rap, not talk no crap.
Morning. I wasn't even gonna say something because I like the vibe.
Hey, Shelz, just I get rid of a chance. Morning, Roy. What's up, Roy? How you doing, man?
Oh man, I'm here. It's a good morning here in the tri-state area. Good morning to be on planet Earth. Yeah. And the problems and the issues remain the same.
Oh yeah.
But at least we live to fight another day.
That's what we do, bro. That's what we do. I have to ask you right off the bat, though. Did you see or are you aware of how many candles boss man Bobby Clark had to blow out at his birthday party on the weekend?
Well, I always say that fire departments in Jamaica take a long time for come when you call them. In brave. I just put up one candle.
Yeah. It is clear that he was having a good time, as he should yesterday. So I want to say big ups to the boss man, Bobby Clark, and of course Sin and everybody who got together with him and made sure that he felt appreciated and special on his big day. All the best going forward, Bobby. Maximum respects every time, and from all of us here, man.
Yeah, man.
It's all good wishes.
Enough respect, Bobby.
And I also heard that Irie Jam Radio got an award at the
Irama?
one. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Like we mentioned some awards earlier, but we haven't gotten the full list. Congratulations to Irish Jam Radio.
Good luck.
Yeah. You played an important role, I suspect, in that award being given.
Well, I mean, I guess the leg that I'm running in the relay is an important leg, but I think it's, it started 30 years ago, and I wasn't one of the broadcasters back then. I wasn't even sure if I was even thinking about radio back then, but big up Pat McKay, big up Milford Edwards, big up Shinehead and Shelly Thunder, who were the original broadcasters for Irie Jam Radio. So I got to big up them.
That's Shelly Thunder, Sometime a Man Forget Kuf.
Same Kuf.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, she was one of the original broadcasters back in the days, and then came Chris and Spread Love Bobby.
Big up Goldfinger, yeah.
Andrew D. and Donna Cooper, and then I came after that. And then Jabba, and the team just keeps growing from strength to strength.
Yeah. Now Bridge. And all of us here.
We're there.
Yeah, it's a good look. Congratulations indeed on the award and also on the 30th anniversary of Irie Jam Radio. All right. Well, this is the Global Connection, and as usual, DJ Roy will give us some songs. We also have some songs to play from this end, and we're going to make it happen big time. Lots of things to look forward to here in Jamaica. Regina Bell was here, as we mentioned earlier. She performed on Saturday night, and this weekend, the Manhattans, as well as Denise Williams, with of course, people like Hezron and J.C. Lodge was not performed here for 10 years. Itana also on that bill, Errol Dunkley. And by the way, that's the Red Rose for Gregory Mother's Day event, and they have, in fact, now signed off on an advertising package with Bridge 99 FM. So you'll be hearing more about that as well, Roy.
I like it. And I was listening earlier. I guess our friends at Some Fest has also signed off.
Friends at Sumfest have also signed a major package, and that is exactly where I'm headed. As a matter of fact, you can get your tickets for Reggae Sumfest, which starts on Sunday, July 16, with a family fun day. There's a street dance on Monday the 17th. Let me just run through the week. All-white party, Blitz on Tuesday, July 18. Then the all-black fashion statement on Wednesday, July 19. Last year they had quite an exciting event. The Global Sound Clash returns on Thursday, July 20, and then all roads lead to the festival nights 1 and 2 over there at Catherine Hall, where you'll have 2 nights of mega performances. Night 1, Friday the 21st, features the likes of Chronic Lawn, Valiant, Tommy Lee, Sparta, Ja Vinci, Massacre, and many more. And then, of course, the closing night, Saturday, July 22, that is when Minister Marion Hall returns to the stage in Jamaica at Reggae Sumfest Night 2. Kabaka Pyramid, the recent Grammy Kid, will be on it. Freddie McGregor and the Big Ship Crew, featuring Chino McGregor and Stephen the Genius. There's Morgan Heritage, Richie Spice, Tanya Stevens, Diani, and many more at night number 2 at Reggae Sumfest this year. So
good look.
It's really a big festival. The biggest reggae and dancehall festival in the world returns with a bang.
Yeah, and a serious lineup. Lineup. Yeah, I'm loving it. All right, Richie, before I start the mix, I have to also mention this. Hundreds of protesters went to the streets and even in the subways, of course, protesting the killing of a young black man strangled to death in front of, at least in the subway cart, they had to have at least 30, 40 people watch this young man strangled to death by a passenger. Now, we know that he had some issues. We know that he was, a little unruly in the subway, so to speak, but he had no weapons on him. And for people to stand by and watch this young man be strangled, not by a police officer, by a citizen, a lot of people are definitely in uproar about it. It's a major topic here in New York City, and the mayor definitely has to get involved and do something about it. The person that strangled the young man has not been charged, and we're waiting to see what happens there. It's bad enough that we have to worry about when your kids get pulled over by the police, but now they're being strangled by And again, I can say, white people, let me say it out there. I mean, you can't beat me, but you can't beat my words. It is a sad, sad time that we're living in here, and I know a lot of people think because you're in America, it's easy. It definitely is not. When we used to go to school, Richie, we would have fire drills.
Right.
What to do when there's a fire in the building. Now they're having drills for shooting. In case there's a shooter in the building, what one should be doing. America is getting harder and harder. It really is, and I think where black and white is concerned, we have taken lots of steps forward, but I think we're taking quite a few back. And it's because white people feel like they're losing control. And I don't understand it because there's still more of them.
Figments of their own imagination.
Than there is of us. What they don't like is that now we have more say. We don't have all the say, we have more say. One of the sad things I've been noticing, though, that in almost every city when there is a shooting, we see the chief of police, 90% of the time, he's a black person. But he still has no say.
Yeah. I mean,
look when you go to Atlanta, Texas, all those places where we've had mass shooting, the person that's standing at the podium with all the badges on is black.
Is it power without authority?
Amen.
Figurehead representation.
Yeah. Oh boy. In fact, many of the story that you just highlighted is being carried on many of the major networks right now. The same subway chokehold occurrence. Jordan Neely.
Yeah.
And the family is fighting hard. At this time. In fact, a statement was put out which they thought was more like character assassination. And so we hope that some justice comes out of this. So even as we speak, the demonstrations are taking place, I suspect.
And not just in the subway, they are blocking the tracks in the subway. They're actually on the tracks in the subway. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how this one pans out. But it's scary times in America, man. When people feel say we're over here saying, is that better, Rose? It's
not. We're just talking before we did the connection about what happened in Texas, where a man just used his AR-15 and just sprayed some people, killing about 8 people a couple of days ago as well. Crazy. People are not even too sure if it's a white supremacist or some organization like that he's a part of. Oh boy, the challenges are many, but guess what? There's a whole lot of music that we can use to soothe the pain. So let's get to it, DJ Roy. 26 past 9.